Hi, I'm Andrei Arkhipov. I'm the development lead here at Flixpress, and in this video I'll be giving you a brief overview of Flixpress Pro, the new and advanced features, how to get it, and how to use it. As you may already know, video production can be very tedious, very expensive, very complex, and time-consuming process. So in order to remedy that, we came up with a system and platform that does a lot of work for you in the background via automation. And this is what Flixpress Pro really is. It allows you to sit in the director's chair and customize certain looks and layouts and assets and bring and build them together in a video by giving you many shortcuts to creating amazing videos online. As far as the pricing for Flixpress Pro utilizing pay-as-you-go pricing model, which means that you deposit a certain amount of credit and then use it up for what you need only. So there's no monthly fees. So all you're required to do to gain access to Flixpress professional features is to deposit the minimum amount of $50, which grants you the access. And you do that by navigating to flixpress.com, clicking on Go Pro, and then using this option here to buy $50, obviously when you signed up for account, and then you'll be given access to certain professional features that we're going to go over shortly. Once you've been giving access to the professional features of Flixpress, right away you're going to notice two new features in your account section. So under My Account, you will see two new tabs, Previews and My Content. We're going to go over Previews a little bit later. Right now we're going to touch up on My Content. Flixpress Pro utilizing the library approach to uploading your video and audio. So basically here is the section where you upload your audio, your own audio and video to use in Flixpress Pro template. This way you can reuse a lot of assets without having to upload them over and over again, and you can get rid of them once you don't need them. You can preview what they are here in this section. So uploading them is easy as clicking upload on the top for video and upload for the bottom for the audio. Video is restricted to these formats on the top, so you can read it for yourself. And the only limitation right now is that video has to be 30 seconds or less. And there's a specific reason for it, an obvious reason that you're probably not going to be using more than 30 seconds of the video. As far as the audio, you can upload MP3 format, less than 5 minutes long. One more thing to mention is that the best resolution for video is HD resolution. If you upload SD videos, we highly recommend them to be 16:9, which means widescreen, so they are filling the screen appropriately. Otherwise, you may have black bars added to the left and to the right of it. But in order to use Flixpress Pro, you don't have to actually upload any of your content. You can use the provided content, which you can get started right away and starting building pretty cool videos. So in order to use Flixpress Pro templates, it's pretty straightforward. You go into automated templates on the site, and then any Pro template that you see will be accessible to you as a professional template. So you'll see that the difference between regular and normal is the amount of the layouts you're given and the amounts of flexibility. And this is the features that we're going to go over right now. So in order to access the professional templates, you can also click on the template categories on the left, and you'll see that there's all of the Flixpress Pro templates will be labeled with a Pro tag. And right now we have only one, but it packs quite a bit of features, so it's really like 30 or 40 templates built into one, not counting all the animated text plugins and all the 3D objects and many other backgrounds and stock footage. So let's get started on this one. So in order to get started, you simply click on the template to preview it. You can preview more features, and obviously there's going to be a lot more templates coming up soon. And the base price will be listed at the bottom. The only difference between regular and professional versions that certain professional templates, such as extendable layout ones, will have the base price plus a certain price per a certain amount of video rendered. So for example, in this case, it will be $5 plus $1 per 20 seconds that you render, and the price will be reflected in the final price of the customizable templates, as will be shown later. So you can click Customize. This section is just the agreements to the follow general directions, and you can click Agree, click Upload, and right away you're going to notice something different from regular templates is that you are now going to be able to upload the flexible amount of images. In this case, you can upload a minimum of 4 and a maximum of 20. But if you need more, you can always add more later or swap out some more after you actually customize the template. And this is a pretty cool feature of Flixpress. So let's upload some images right now. And I'm going to upload just 5 just for the speed and click Upload. Now the best resolution to upload in order to frame the images correctly is 1280 by 720, so 1280 width by 720 height. But you don't have to. You can actually crop to a proper aspect ratio here, and in near future we're going to allow you to upload any resolution and then check because there's going to be certain layouts that allow different size of the photos to be used. So right now, just click Next and crop. You can actually select a shorter portion of the photo if needed, but I'm just gonna go for the speed's sake and just do it really fast. So after you uploaded the photos, you're going to be taken to the main version of Flixpress Pro layout customization framework. So the easiest way to get started with a professional template customization is to actually review what this template is capable of, and this is why this little help sign at the bottom is for. So you can double click on it and actually view the explanation video as far as how to use it and what to do with this particular template. And the directions may be different for variable types of templates, so we highly recommend you to check it out first. On top of that, you will see that there's your main slide customization on the left here in the main window, and then on the right you have all of the available layouts that you can customize. So we provide layout-based approach, meaning that each video is built using these shorter video blocks that you can customize. And each video block will have explanation on how to use it. So if you can double click and preview it, you will see what to do with it and what it actually will approximate what it will look like for you. So you can keep double clicking on these and kind of previewing this and see what type of blocks you would need to build your video. But before you even get to that, we highly recommend you to select your audio first. And the way you do it is by clicking on this audio icon at the bottom. And the first one gives you option for a library audio. You can click on that and just pick from Flixpress Pro library audio. So we will have 2 libraries. Right now we have the We Three Kings library, and we'll be adding Digital Edge media library. But in this case, we have over 460 tracks, and we'll be adding 200 more tracks from Digital Edge media library. But you can just simply start browsing, or you can type in anything you want. So for example, energy. So if you need energy, you can search by keywords and picking the audio up and see what previewing it and see what kind of audio you would like to have. So keep in mind the length of the audio too, so that your video will be shorter or matching the length. And this way you will not be left without the audio. So let's say we like this one. Flixpress Pro is using drag and drop interface. So whenever you want to customize something, you simply take it from one window and drag it into the selection window, and then select button unlocks, and you can select it. So it's easy as that. So on the bottom, you're going to see your customization timeline now. Now this little darker blue area is the length of your audio, and you can see the seconds underneath. And these gray blocks are actually the blocks of your video that you can customize. And you can right away adjust the timing if you need to. And the blocks right now have, in this particular template, 15 seconds of length restriction. But beyond that, you can make it less or more as you need to, and the animation will adjust appropriately and so on. So you can begin by right away adding a couple more blocks, video layouts to the timeline. You do it by this little new icon at the bottom. So you can add as many as you need to, and you can see total time will be reflected. Once you selected the audio, though, you're not constrained to using that particular audio. So at any time, you can go in and swap it out for something else if you decided that it doesn't quite work for you. So you can either use, once again, the library audio as you need to, or you can click and use the second option, which will be given and list your uploaded audio that you uploaded in my content section. So you can once again preview and the audio that you uploaded, and then drag and drop it and to select it, and your audio will be swapped out. So at this point of time, you can actually click and actually start previewing the workflow and the flow of your video as you go. So you can see the layout will be reflected on the top, and they can actually doesn't appear to switch because they're same kind. But you can approximate the timing of what the video will look like as far as the timing goes. And you can actually drag and time certain slides to certain voiceover events or music events and so on. So this is a really cool feature, and we hope you find it very useful. If you need more precise timing, you can always set it on the top. So you can, for example, enter 5 seconds on the slide, or 5.5 seconds, and you can see that they will be reflected at the bottom automatically, and the content will be shifted appropriately too. Just to avoid any confusion as you're watching this video, I have to mention that I'm recording using a headset, so you're not gonna hear me playing back certain audio, but the audio will be playing back as you click on play, and you can actually drag or click anywhere in timeline to move the playback, and you can visually and audibly adjust your visuals to the sound events. So for example, adjusting certain texts popping up during a certain voiceover and so on. This is a very valuable feature. So let's start by customizing and sample layout here. So you can see that we have different video blocks here on the left that you can customize, and different layouts here on the right. So in this case, this is the default layout with 3 lines, and customizing is fairly simple. You can type in just 1 line, or you can keep typing in more lines, and so on. We advise you to break up the long text into many lines if you need to. But if your text runs too long, this is what the layout 2 is for. So it really can pack a lot of text, and it formats it appropriately, so you don't have to actually keep using up that space, and because the text will shrink if it extends to the left and to the right of the screen. So make sure that you use this appropriately. So once again, if you need longer text, just use the layout number 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So once again, drag and drop it into the layout box, and now you can start customizing the layout. You can see that the paragraph feature is enabled. You can double click on it and type in your optional title if you need to, or if you don't need title, you can just start typing the text. This is a longer text that will not shrink on the screen, and so on. So right away you can notice that you are going to you're going able to customize the color background per video block, and you can select and choose the color you need to, and you can choose to keep everything consistent, for example everything red, or you can choose to have different colors for different video blocks as you need to. So it's really your choice and direction you're going with this video. So there are actually other options to customize the backgrounds that you need to per slide. So in this case, for example, we give you the option of having your own photo background with the same type of layout. So you'll see the consistency of having photo, library video, and your video with certain layout types. So in order to customize the photo, option is fairly simple. Since you're already familiar with this particular layout, let's drag and drop this layout number 4 version, which is actually number 3 version, which will be the paragraph text that you can customize. So I just enter a bunch of stuff, and then you have this drag image here appearing. So I'll move it up. And I'll drag and drop image that I need to right here, and it will appear in the background in this particular case, because as you can see, this layout has a photo in the background. So this is where this photo will go to. And then you have consistently the same choice, but have a library video in the background. And to customize library video, you sort of do the same thing. Click and drag here. This stock video appears, and click to customize appears. So you click to customize, and it's similar as the audio options. You can actually click and browse. If this error is visible, you can actually choose more options to browse. So and there's different category of backgrounds, or you can put any videos that we have in the backgrounds, and there's plenty of choices for you to choose from, and we'll be constantly adding more as we go on. So for example, let's add some clouds, time-lapse clouds in the background here. So click and drag, click select, and there you go. You selected, you customized this particular background for this video block. So for your video, it's very similar. You just click and drag the slide that has your video title in it. Click and drag into the new space here. You can click, and then your video selection will be appearing, and those are the videos that you uploaded in my content section. So click and drag, click select, and it's as simple as that. So everything else is very much similar in terms of customization. Except for a couple of things that we are going to talk about here. So we're giving you a lot more flexibility than actually shown in the interface by adding little parameters in the lines here. But let's go over the different layouts first. So for example, in this one we have photo in the cube with one line. So I can drag and drop it here, and you can see there's only one line option. And I can put a photo in the cube here and type the title that I need to, my title. So inconsistently, generally, the first line will always be the title of the text. So if there's only one line, most likely the first line will be the title. So you can kind of get used to the workflow here. So the same, for example, library video. So let's say I'll just put another video on the cube, rotating cube here, and put my title again, or my library video as a title. So as you can see, at the bottom here, as you add more slides, the complexity of your timeline will be pretty jumbled up. So at any time, if you need to see what slide you're customizing, you can double or modifying as far as the timing goes. You can double click on it and it will be selected right here on the top in this little purple outline. So again, I can double click on this one and see that this is the one that I'm timing here at the bottom, and you can time appropriately to the events as you need to. So let's keep going and explain how to use the 3D objects and live people in your scene. So 3D object option is one of the coolest features in Flixpress Pro. And what it means is that in any template that you have the 3D object feature enabled, you can browse and select from the library of 3D objects and 3D text and customize it. So to customize the 3D object layout, simply drag and drop it here, and you'll see. We advise you to give it a little bit more time than usual because certain animations inside the 3D objects will require it. But you can see that you have both images and lines enabled here. And the reason for that is that 3D objects may have their own text lines that you can customize. And we can see that here right now. So let's start by customizing a very simple 3D object here. So let's go to 3D text, the static text option, and preview optional 3D object here. So in this case, we'll be adding a lot more explanations to the actual objects on how to customize it. Now, keep in mind that you can also customize certain color of the 3D objects. So in this case, we can actually customize the color of this little background element and text we have. But let's add this little 3D object here with the text. So to add this, we're going to drag and drop it into the 3D object selection, click select, and since there's no image customization, we're going to leave it blank. The first line will be always, in this case, in this layout case, will be the title. So you can either enter it or leave it blank. If you leave it blank, though, you're going to see that all those nice replicated text will be just blank too. So you're going to have a plain blue background. So in order to avoid that, we kind of gave you a little shortcut cheat. So you can remove this text title, but still have it in the background by simply typing your title and then pressing Shift and 6 character, and it'll be sort of like an up character. And this Shift 6 character will hide the title and still keep that replicated title in the background. So it's a nice little trick option. So the second line will be for customizing the text inside. So sometimes the text will have two lines, so you can use the second and third line to customize the text inside the 3D object. So let's say your 3D text. And then third line in this case is reserved for selecting the color. And this is the way we actually let you customize the color. In this particular object, not every object will have color customization options. So for that, you have to refer to the explanation, which we're developing right now. But we can tell you that this one and this text right here will have the color customization. So to customize the color, you have this little color picker here, and basically it's the RGB value separated by dots. So if you're a designer, that should not be a problem for you. If you're not a designer, it's very easy to just click here, go to hue selection, and pick the color that you need to by simply kind of adjusting here at the bottom. So let's say we want a very light purple here or darker purple color. You can actually cut and paste the if you're a web designer, you can cut and paste this HTML color values. Click OK, and then what you do is drag and drop this color box inside the third line. And it will give you the RGB values for this particular color. So, and this color will be customized, and this background on the text will appear purple. On top of that, you can also customize the main background color if you need to. So this is something separate. So just to show you some other options for 3D objects, let's kind of click here and give you an example of 3D object with photo inside. So let's click here. Let's click on 3D objects and technology. Preview here. So we have this rotated laptop with the optional text inside of it and the photo. So select the 3D object, click select, and once again your title will be the first line, then your text will be the text inside the laptop here, and then the third line in this case is unused because there's no color to customize. So and the last thing you will need is obviously to place the image inside the laptop, which you can drag and drop any image to customize it. We adding a lot more 3D object options in near future. So right now it should be enough to get you started, but we're going to keep adding quite a bit of features. So just to give you an example of the kind of things you can expect in the near future, we have these video objects, and in this case people. So you can see cloth reveal as an example shown. So you can type in any text here, and the girl will reveal it. So click select. Once again, the first line is always the title on top of the layout here, this one. So the second line will be the one that the girl will be revealing. So for example, free, get it, free. So the girl will be revealing the word free. In the remaining time, we're going to go over certain other features that are available in this particular template. Just to give you an idea what's possible, what type of things that you're going to be able to do. So here we have sort of an unwrapping video with a background, so with this effect. But in this case, you can actually specify where this text will be located at the top, at the middle, or at the center. So if we kind of keep previewing, you can see that the second line will be always reserved for the position of the text. So T for the top, C for the center, and then B for the bottom, and the text will be at the bottom. So just for example, customizing your video, unwrapping in this manner. So we can drag and drop it here, select the video that you need to. Just to make sure, keep in mind that, for example, if you have a video that's 4 seconds long, make sure that your layout will also be matching with 4 seconds long. Otherwise, your video may stop at the end. So just keep that little issue in mind. So, but you can also always make the length of the video shorter if you need to. So if you make it longer, then you're gonna have a freeze frame at the end. So the first line will be the title, and these are for layouts 11, 12, and 13. The second line will be top for T, bottom for B, B for bottom, and then C for center, where the text will be located. Let's say I'd like this one to be on the top. And then you can enter a value of 1 through 5 as far as the speed of the transition, 1 being the slowest and 5 being the fastest. So, and it will be the speed of this transition here as the video is being put together. So if you need it slower, you can leave it at 1 or blank. If you need it faster, you can put it at 4 or 5 and it will be really fast. So then you have your 3D logo. Now with 3D logos, you have to actually contact us and send us the logos that we'll process and insert into the system. And currently we price $25 per logo insertion, but the logos will have to be in .ai format and for us to be able to process it. So just contact us at at our support, and we'll process the logo and insert it at $25, and you can keep reusing it for as you need to. Customize the logo is a similar way. Click on the logo, select the available ones. You can have multiple ones assigned to your account, and they can have a certain animation to it. So let's say in this case we have a little shimmer and so on. So we can discuss the animation that you need for a little bit of additional price, not too expensive though. So and you can drag and drop the logo, select it, and you will have the logo. Customize it with the title here. The second line is reserved for other options right now that we haven't actually built in yet, but just use the subtitle line to have in this particular layout, the subtitle for the logo. All right, moving on, you have the percentage graph icon, percentage graph layout. And in this case, once again, drag and drop it in. First line is the title of the graph, graph title. The second line will be the actual values of the graph separated by commas. So let's say we have 25%, 25%, then we have 10% and 40%. And they don't have to be percentages because the graph will auto-calculate certain values, but because this is actually constrained to the percentages, we advise them to be percentages. So, and then the second line, the second amount will be the actual titles in the graph, and you can add as many as 5 values and 5 titles. So matching values separated by commas, so title 1, title 2, and so on. So if you don't if you only insert title 1 and 2, then you'll have 4 values, but you're not going to have 4 titles shown. So keep that in mind. So once again, matching values on top using the commas, and matching titles on the bottom separated by the commas. So this is how we do the graphs. Here's pretty straightforward. So you already know how to customize the library videos and so on in your videos. So in this particular instance, you only have one line, which is the title, and then the custom videos, photos, or your video or library videos. So going down, you will have very similar options here. So there is nothing extraordinary. But here's where things get a little bit difficult. I shouldn't say difficult, different. So we have what we call a video effects technology, and this is what we're gonna take a look at now. So video effects is really, think of it as a template inside the template, and we're going to be adding a lot more options to extend your templates with the video effects technology, but it really can be of anything and from any features, and it's basically a little break in the video to kind of almost departure from the video style and give you some other options to showcase your data or photos and so on. So you customize it by dragging and dropping into layout, and then you have similar options as in 3D objects, but in this case you're customizing the entire separate scene. So think of it as a template within a template. So in this case you'll have your one video line and then the photo, and we'll describe a little bit more in detail for each video effects object. So you drag and drop to customize it. In this case, just put the photo and then the first line, and you're gonna have a pretty cool video animation. So once again, we are adding quite a bit more video effects and 3D object options in the near future, but for now, this is what we have available. By the time you're watching this video, we may have more. So next option we're gonna go over is the multi-video and multi-photo views. And in this case, it'll be 22 through 25. So let's go over the multi-photo view first. And in this case is number 25 and our first template option. Cool thing about this one is that besides the multiple photo views, you actually have multiple camera angles that you can customize. So that there's going to be multiple camera moves, so you can, if you have more than one stacked up against another, you can have some variety. So in order to customize multi-photo view, just drag and drop it here. The first thing that you should know, you should have enough photos in your bank to customize the images, otherwise it will not let you because there's simply not enough images in your bank. So in this case the requirement is 3 images, so you should be fine. You can drag and drop the same one if you need to, but what's the fun in that? So we can actually drag and drag and customize the separate ones. So once, in this case, you need 3, and you can see that please select 3 images here. So and there you go, this layout is customized. But the cool thing about this layout, so you have your title, and then you can enter the camera 1 through 5. So 1, 2, 3, or 5, 4 or 5 to have different motion of the camera as you kind of approach this multiple photo transitions. So the good use for this would be, for example, to show different view of your product or have a different view of a certain property, or so any use that you can think of. So another version of this is you can see this layers 22 through 24. So and you have these title text flyby, and then you can let's see it again. So and then multiple photos duplicated in the background. So in this case, four different photos in the background. So let's drag the view here, and you can enter 4 photos here. You can see that they don't really disappear from your image bank on the top when you grab them. So the good practice would be, if you need these type of layouts, to actually customize them first, and then arrange them whatever you need to. So again, your title. Same goes for the video backgrounds, is that in this case you have your video backgrounds and 23 through 24. It's a similar workflow. You drag and drop, select, and choose your video. So for example, burning objects. We'll put, and in this case, you can be restricted to a certain limit, so you have to actually select them until you reach that limit, and then click select. And in a similar manner, you can select your multi-video background with your videos in the background. So the next option is this really cool photo showcase or video showcase with a running line. So in this case, you have your image or video photo. First line to be the title, the second line will be the replicated running line that runs on the bottom. So this is pretty much it for the template customization in this case and the features that you have. So you can later on just go through and adjust the timing appropriately as you need to, so it doesn't drag too long, or so you can adjust the timing as you need to, and kind of preview the timing as you wish. Just think of it not too fast but not too slow. You don't want your videos to drag too much, and keep in mind that if your video is too long, you're going to end up paying extra money anyway, so you probably don't want it to be too long. So you can just go through and adjust the timing as needed as you kind of preview the, and you can see that now that we have the transition icon will be previewed as you go through those videos. So then you can kind of have a good idea of the timing for your video from now on. So in this case, you can see that total cost for this non-HD video would be, its minute and a half will be $10, the way that system calculates it. You can add, and we recommend you add extra $2 if you go for broadcast uses or something else. For example, for digital signage. If you're going to be viewing it on your website, you probably don't need it. But if you would like your YouTube users, for example, to have the option of an HD, or if you'd like to keep that video for later to be shown in HD, then $2 is not too much to pay for it. It's really not. Extending hosting is the option to give you your video extended hosting for. It's not really hosting, but retention on our site. After 10 days, your rendered videos will be deleted. During those 10 days, you can download it. Previews can be kept for 30 days, and we're gonna talk about previews right now. So as you'll find, preview feature is one of the coolest features of Flixpress Pro. It's probably one of the most useful. It's probably generally good practice to render the previews consistently to kind of check up on your progress, but one of the reasons to do it is that you want to avoid any possible session timeouts, meaning that if a connection is interrupted for some reason, that you're not going to lose your work if you spend, for example, an hour customizing your template, or just leave it here and then go grab a cup of coffee and get lost in the conversation, and then come back and find out that you're being logged out of the website, and that because of the connection drop and so on. So it's a good idea to consistently, for example, every 20 minutes to render a preview to see how you're doing. So the previews are free, and this is more reasons to use them. And before submitting a preview, you probably should check whether you want extended hosting and 1080p version. So later on, if you want to render it with one button click, you can do that. So once you pretty much satisfied with where you're going, or if you'd like to see where you're going, so you just check preview and click submit. So it's easy as that. So once you go to my account and go to the previews tab, so there's orders and previews, you'll see that there's this preview progress will appear. And generally previews are fairly fast to render. And you don't have to keep refreshing the page or wait for email. You can actually wait here until the preview is done. And in this case, it's done right here. So the cool thing about the preview is, just like the regular order, the only difference is that it will have the preview watermark. So we don't actually put our company watermark on there, so you can actually resell those videos as your own and build up the business. So what you could do is actually render the free previews of the speculative work to your clients, and have them agree to buy a certain video that you create, so you can actually build a lot of demo work for your clients. So from then on, you can actually go and customize this preview further if you need to. So by clicking edit, all of your information is saved inside. So nothing is missing. Everything can be changed out and customized. So if you need to adjust the typo on the text, or just swap the image, it's fine. So if you from then on need to add more images, no problem. Just click Add Images button. So let's say you have various templates with different images. Simply add another image that you need, upload it, and it'll be available right away in your preview option here. So this is the preview feature. So once you are ready to render and you're satisfied with the preview, you can always uncheck the preview and submit from here, in which case your account will be debited this amount of money. Or You can place the order using this place the order button, which will warn you that your account will be debited, so you don't accidentally press it. So you can cancel that at any time. But this is the preview feature, and the cool thing about it is that you can actually build templates of the templates and then customize it as you need to for a variety of different clients or even your own company. So I hope this presentation gives you a good idea of what's possible with Flixpress Pro, and if you haven't already, you can buy it at by going and signing up at flixpress.com and then purchasing a credit of $50. That's all it takes. And we can't wait to see what kind of videos you create, and we'll be producing a lot more content and a lot more training soon.